be so fortunate. I would say your fighters are very classy, right? They're kind of a different breed. What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, I think that you got that kind of on overload tonight. I mean, you had Rad Martinez sitting at the end of the table, who's one of the, I said in the press conference he's a hero on many fronts, and if you haven't seen his story, all you have to do is type in Rad Martinez in YouTube and check it out on ESPN. It's an unbelievably heart-wrenching, compelling story about a really, truly heroic young guy. Brian Baker, with a huge amount of faith and belief and family support, who overcame leukemia and is fighting at a world-class level again. Jared, I mean, it's just, this was an exceptional card in terms of heart-wrenching stories, some really top tier class individuals, but you find that on every show we do. There's a lot of guys out there that fight for this organization and fight for others, that fight in the UFC as well, that are really great guys. Really great guys. I said it earlier, I said people should walk up and introduce themselves, because when you get a chance to meet some of these guys, it changes your perception in terms of, oh, he's so tough and he beats people up. But man, I think what it's tied to, and I'll shut up, but I think what it's tied to is when you're really the baddest guy in the room, when you're really the alpha male, when you're really the toughest one there's no reason to be a jerk. All of that kind of just comes out. It's like you can just be a gentleman. Like if you talk to Brian the Beast Baker, you can just see a soft-spoken, wonderful, charming man. And he's not pushy or a jerk, and he's not pushing it in your face, because why? He is the toughest guy in the room, so why do you need to be anything other than just a class guy? And you see that amongst a lot of these guys, so we're lucky.
When do you sleep?
I typically get really good sleep between about 2 a.m. and about 5:30 or 6 every day, whether I need it or not, and that's about it.
You've been on the road how many days this year? I know last time we spoke, I think you were going to be back in Chicago like what, once in the past 6 months?
It's a grind. It's a grind, but you know what? I get to sit cage side. I get to executive produce a show like this in a sport that I used to pay to go see. I get to sit around and BS with Brian Baker and Jared Hess and Sam Alvey, who's a charming, cool guy. You get to meet guys like Rad Martinez, who kind of elevate the level of your game in terms of what you're doing in life. And anytime I think, wow, this is bad, or this is stressful, or this is exhausting, I think about a kid like that, and you think to yourself, God, stop complaining. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm lucky. I work very, very, very hard, but I can't think of anything I'd rather do.
What is your favorite movie?
Denzel Washington, Man on Fire. Absolute spectacular classic. I realize a lot of people may not have seen it, but you've got to go check that movie out. And The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, which I thought was absolutely spectacular and I loved.
How surprised were you and honored that Shaq was in the audience tonight?
Well, I was born and raised in Los Angeles, so that was cool as it gets. I had Shaquille ONeal sitting cage side at our fight. How cool is that? I mean, if you're not like born and raised in LA, where he had just the epic moments of his career, maybe it wouldn't mean as much, but to turn to my left and seeing all 28 feet tall of Shaquille ONeal, that was awesome.
I wish you such good luck. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really enjoyed that.